Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for how early we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. The entourage be on the job. My energy, feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the Knicks we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base, like the links, Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's airspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's poppin', everybody? Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. The pregame show on the Payback edition, man. Knicks going up in OKC trying to get this W, man, after losing last night in Phoenix, man. 116-95. Had a pretty abysmal game in the second half of the game last night, man. Offense wasn't showing up. So we took the L last night, man. We lived to fight another day. We're gonna try to salvage this road trip and try to get the even 500 before we head back to the Garden next this week coming up. Have like 3 or 4 days off, man, for things to kind of recoup after today. Let's hope that we can kind of get this W tonight and get ready to go back into the into our home court next week, man, and try to play some Knicks basketball and keep the season going. But right now we 8-9. Like I said, man, Phoenix came in. We went into Phoenix last night. Didn't have enough firepower to control it, despite Jalen Brunson having a good game, 27-3-3. And with a Quentin Grimes sighting, Mitchell Robinson sighting, we're good to see them two guys get back on the court and really try to produce for the Knicks last night. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson going to be a little rusty from being out that period of time, but he gave us what he can give us. But at the end, man, that second half and that third quarter just didn't go well for us. We literally gave up 35 points in that third quarter, kind of took us out the game from here. But overall, we 8-9. Hopefully, we can win tonight, man, and get back home and salvage a road trip at 9-9. So, we know we're playing OKC, who beat us pretty handily by 10 points last week, 145-135 in MSG. SGA and the Cats ran the muck a little bit. So, there's some things that I'm feeling kind of disappointed about. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, we just got to try to improve better and try to win some games. I'm concerned about RJ's efficiency right now. Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly in the last 2 games combined, 1 for 20. 1 for 20 combined, both guys. So, that's pretty disappointing as well. Randall didn't have a good game the other night, man. So, we just got to try to, get back and weather the storm and put all this behind us and move forward and try to look forward to tonight, man. Like I said, overall, it just wasn't a good game for us. We still came out the gate playing pretty well, but in that second half, they really showed who they are and they came out there and played hard and they took it to us, man. And that happened. Things happened, and that's what happened. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Frank Mott told my man, Core Mega, man. I appreciate y'all brothers coming up in here, man. You know how it is sometimes, man, when the Knicks lose, don't nobody really want to be in the building too much because there's nothing too much good to say. But, as a content creator, I'm going to keep it moving. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it moving and keep bringing y'all the guys this content, no matter what the feeling is like. With the good, bad, and the ugly, you got to still come out here and do your job. So I'm out here to represent the New York Knicks and what our team do, man, on a win or a loss. But we just got to hope we can rebound from this thing tonight. And try to have a better game. But the good thing about it, man, we go back home for like 6 out of 7. After tonight, we'd be off for maybe 3 days, 4 days, some of that nature over the holiday season. Then we can kind of recoup, have enough time to regroup, reevaluate themselves, maybe get in the gym for a couple of days now that we got to kind of have a couple of games not having to play basketball against competition. They probably have a good 3 or 4 days to kind of get in the gym, man, and maybe RJ and them getting there, work on their shot. And things like that. We miss Cam Reddish going down as well, and hopefully he get better and his growing injury heals, and we get back to some Knicks basketball, man. But overall, I'm not disappointed whatsoever, man, because we 8-9, and granted we haven't been playing the best basketball that we could play this year. We still in the mix, so let's hope that we can continue to stride and keep moving forward. I know it's a lot of things out there that's in the atmosphere that's so negative about the way the Knicks are playing right now. But I do think that we can pull that off and maybe come out there and try to get a revenge game. And we can kind of get out this thing and make it happen. Salute to my man Ghetto Intellect. Appreciate you coming in, my brother. Real talk. Cash out James, Frank, and everybody, man. Thanks for coming in the building. But you know what? When I looked at the game last night, it was disappointing from a standpoint of we played two different halves of basketball. You know what I mean? And our defense, I think our offense kind of affected our defense a little bit. We gave up 28 in the first quarter. Then we only gave up 22 in the second. But for the Knicks offense, we only had 22 points in the first quarter. But then we had 31 in the second quarter. You know what I mean? But then they ramped them up for 30, 35, 36 in that third quarter. And I think that was it right there. So I think our offense might be affecting our defense a little bit, just because we fight so hard to score points, and then it's putting more pressure on our defense to try to hold us in games because they are not playing pretty well. And it's a little concerning. It's real concerning for right now that RJ is in a slump. And last night, Julius Randle, 27 minutes, 4 from 11. He had 9 points last night and 6 rebounds. That's not Julius Randle right there. So, Hartenstein, the way he started the season, not the way he's playing now. It's a different Hartenstein out there right now. He's not giving us the energy and effort that he was giving us when the season first started. And that's starting to show as well. But Jalen Brunson was in his bag last night. Yeah, you was, Tim. I thought about you last night, Tim. Tim almost had that game on the nose last night. So salute to you for calling that game last night. You definitely had that score, and it was 116-195. So, you can't be more closer than what you were last night. Real talk. But, just overall, we just got to find a way to get back to playing basketball, man. But it's starting to get a little concerning, just a little bit. For me, like I said, it's still early. But you also got to call it for what it is. Our team is not playing no good ball offensively. Like I said, Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin in the last 2 games combined, 1 for 20. We raved about Obi Toppin in the beginning of the year. He got to get more minutes. He got to do this here. But right now, him and Emmanuel Quickly on the offense side of the ball, we did not have Emmanuel Quickly literally for the season, which is real concerning to me. Which obviously could turn around. But he's shooting 27% from 3. Manuel Quickly. That's not, our whole team is struggling from out there. What would give? I like the way Grimes gave us. I was happy to see Grimes get in there and see what he was doing last night. So I think he could help us down as time go on. So I'm glad he got back in the mix of things. And I want to see hopefully when Cam Reddish get back, we see what these guys got to do. But obviously the Knicks got some decisions to make, and we know they have to make the decisions sooner or later. But the good thing is that tonight they got enough time to go back to their home base and be off for maybe 3 or 4 games. I think they don't play until the 27th or something like that. I'll double check the schedule, but I don't think the Knicks going to be playing for a minute coming up. So we just got to hope that these guys find a way to salvage this road trip tonight and just win the game. And they be 9-9 on the season, and then they get back to New York and the MSG, man, where they got 6 out of 7 games. So let's see. But overall, from last night, they just didn't shoot the ball well, man. RJ is concerning to me. He really is, and I know he's going to turn it around. But as the time go on, he's starting to worry about that. I don't know if it's with the makeup of the team, with the acquisition of Brunson, and all that, and I don't know. But I don't like what I'm seeing from the standpoint of him not being a little bit more efficient right now. And it happened that he always been that way, but you can't keep banking on that. So I want to see him get better and really get into his bag, man, and find a way to get out. And I think maybe just a couple of games off and, having 3 or 4 days off, and it might could change it for him. Let's hope so. Julius Randle, I wasn't impressive last night. He just he has the moments, guys, ladies and gentlemen. He had the moments where sometime, on defense he's floating. He missed some bunnies last night. So it was pretty much not a good night for our other than Jalen Brunson and Grimes last night. Them were literally the 2 guys I think that came and played last night. RJ Barrett had 12 points. Grimes had 10 points. He played 32 minutes, so he did play. Julius Randle 9 points. That's almost 11 under his season average probably, and some of that nature. So it was a lot of negative, lot of minuses last night. -6 for Randle, -11 for Hartenstein, -22 for Jalen Brunson, -24 for RJ Barrett, -12 for Grimes, -15 for Obi Toppin, -10. But the only plus last night was Derrick Rose, and he got hurt his toe. and McBride minus. So everybody was in a minus last night. So that just goes to show you how that game was overall. And I think a lot of that had to do with the defense. But I'm a little concerned that our offense is starting to wear down on our defense, because if you ain't clicking offensively, you put more pressure on your defense to try to stop the other guys to stay in the game. And it's a little concerning. It really is. But hopefully it'll get all resolved one way or the other. Tibbs got a tough job on his hand, man. And, he got things he got to correct as well. But, man, you look at that team overall, like I said yesterday, you're not winning basketball game when you got guys shooting the way they shooting. You're just not going to win basketball games. That doesn't matter, man. These cats are shooting abysmal. I mean, for the season, the Knicks is 20, like almost like in that game, like they shot 28% from three yesterday, 40% from the field. They shot the only thing saving the Knicks right now is the charity strike number, 80%. But it's kind of disappointing though to see the way our team is not scoring on the offense side. 1 minute, one guy got it, 1 minute, the next guy don't. I want to see when they all got it. And we got to hope that will come to reality sooner or later. But for that note, they took a L last night, 116-95. So now we move on to today, which is going to be the OKC Thunder down to Oklahoma City. Like I said earlier, obviously them guys came back in OKC the other day, last week, and they gave us 145 in the Garden. SGA ran them up 37 for some points or something of that nature. And if you look at the tail of the tape for these guys in the last 10 games and everything like that, right now these guys they playing pretty good basketball, man. You got to get that little young team credit. They playing with grit, and they going hard, and they're a talented young group of guys. If you look at their numbers over the last 10 games, obviously we 5-5, they 4-6, but they scoring 118 a game. We scoring 110. We out rebounding them by 1 percentage point. They got more assists than we do. They field goal percentage is 48 point, almost 49%. Ours is 43%. And look at the 3-point numbers. No cats shooting 37% from downtown. We shooting 30. You don't win in the NBA like that. It doesn't matter what team you are. Let's say if the numbers wasn't the Knicks, there was somebody else. You're not going to win that many games like that with the numbers like that, man. So hopefully we can kind of get them numbers better, turn them around. But we're going in there. It's going to be a tough task, and a young boy to play with a lot of energy. And I think they don't have no pressure on them. Nobody expected them to be in the play-in or the playoffs. Nothing. They don't even have that pressure. They just going out there having fun and playing basketball. And teams like that could be dangerous on any given night when you expect this team to go out there and beat you. And these cats coming to play. So it could be always like we call a trap game. But I don't think these cats is really no trap. I think they pretty much playing good basketball. So we just got to step it up tonight. We need all our horses to come together tonight. We can't have Jalen Brunson do it tonight and nobody else do it. We got to find a way for RJ to get out that slump, man. This is a little bit depressing seeing RJ not in his bag like that. And I don't want to make the sickness an excuse. Every day go on, you get a little bit more healthier. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't be bothered as much as it did the last game as it did this game. So we just gotta see if we cats go out there against these dudes and really get it popping. You know what I mean? Play some defense, play with some heart, play with passion. Like I said, the first half of the game last night wasn't bad, but that third quarter, they got away from us, and it's just demoralizing when you don't have your star players stepping up to the plate. RJ and Randall, they got to be better in the game like yesterday. When you're going up against the supreme competition, the superior competition like that, you got to be ready to play, man. And you can't take no days off in the NBA. You know what I mean? No days off. And I just feel like Randall and them took a day off yesterday. Not that they did it intentionally, but they didn't compete hard like they should. It showed in the box score, 116 point. We haven't been getting up 116 like that in a while. To be honest, we didn't even barely gave up that to the Golden State Warriors. So when I see stuff like that happening, it's concerning. But let's look at the starting lineups tonight, man. Let's go over the starting lineups and things of that nature. We'll see who's going to be on tap for the Knicks tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're going to do what they did last. They're going to insert Quentin Grimes back into the starting lineup for the Knicks. So you got Quentin Grimes up in the building with Jalen Brunson, RJ, Julius, and Hartenstein for the Knicks tonight. For the Oklahoma City Thunder, you got SGA, you got Josh Giddey, Dort, Williams, and Pokacheski. So they're gonna pretty much roll out what they rolled out against us in the Garden. And them kids played some pretty good ball that night against us, man. So let's hope that we don't allow the Knicks to replicate what they did in the Garden the other night, man. We got to get these young cats get up in the man and win this game and try to come home 9-9. And I think we will. Yo, peace to the God, Allah wise. Salute to you, my brother. Peace. Knowledge. D. Ross, Tim in the building. Core Mega. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get a Divine Shot Powers. He probably be in later if all well. We get it popping as well. But right now, man, let's just try to stay motivated. Salvage this one game. But I'm definitely getting a little bit of, I'm Mr. Optimistic. Y'all guys know me. I keep it 100 all the time. I'm very Mr. Optimistic. But I'm starting to get a little concerned with our offense. I really am, man. The inconsistency, one day you got it, one day you don't. 1 minute you hit 20, you drop 20 points, then the next day you drop 9. I think that shouldn't be acceptable. And RJ is concerning me a little bit as well. And hopefully he get his thing together, because we need these guys, man. These are big money players. I'm salute to my man Jermaine. Jermaine, salute, man. Peace. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Brunson, they're my big money players. We gave them the bag. We gave them a real good bag. I think they got to start performing like that. Jalen Brunson, I think, is playing all-star basketball. Even despite he had, what I love about what he did, he didn't have a great game against Golden State, but look, he bounced it back. And dropped 27, 3 and 3. And that just tell me where his heart is at. That he's not letting this stuff affect him one way or the other. But tonight it'd be a good game for us, man. We could beat OKC. And he did a lot wide. I like that, man. That brother, man, and we missing what he brings to the table. I just wish that everybody else would step up last night and with the conscious effort that he gave. In a 10 points, playmaking, shooting a 3, playing defense. I think if Cam Reddish wouldn't have got injured, man, maybe that would have helped on Devin Booker a little bit last night. Obviously, he wasn't there, so it was the next guy on him, and pretty tough. But you got to give Quentin Grimes a lot of wide credit, man. That brother came out there and showed you what can be when he gets fully healthy. Like he said, he know what he can do. He said he know who he is, and I love to hear brothers who confident like that. So you never know what could happen, man. With him and Brunson in that backcourt, that's a nice backcourt from it. So we got to see, but we definitely got to be concerned about our two of our big three, RJ Barrett and Randall. I know a lot of the noise out there. I know these guys probably try not to hear the noise out there. How they talking about Randall's trade value, the highest it's been all season long. I know RJ got to be hearing the rumblings about the way he playing. So it's a lot of take. It's a lot of take, man, to deal with this stuff, man. And D-Rod, I understand why you're saying that right now. As a Knicks fan, you got a right to say that the way he playing. And I think he'd get together. But right now, I don't have no problem with none of the criticism that RJ and Randall and any guys got. These guys getting right now. At this point, at these couple of games. But like I said, the good thing about it, we still got a chance to salvage the road trip. Yeah, I think so too, God. I think once he get his rhythm back, he gonna pay dividends tonight. I think he'll pay dividends, man. Because lately Hartenstein has been killing me, man. I was like, yo, compared to the way he was playing at the beginning of the season and the way Hartenstein playing now, it's like night and day. And like I said, it's only the last couple of games, but guys got to find a way to put this thing together on a continuous basis, man. And I think they'd be all right. I really am. I can truly say if we do win tonight and we get to 9-9, that's a big relief for me. Just in this point of we didn't come up the road trip 3 or 4 or 5 games under 500, and then Tibbs seat will be boiling right now just from that record standpoint. But I do also got to be concerned about the way these guys is not shooting the basketball. Like I said, Obi Toppin and quickly in the last couple of games, they just don't. You could see Obi last night. I'm like, Obi, what's up? Or the night before that, Obi, what's up? He doing other things, but that scoring though, man, he wasn't in that thing last night for whatsoever. And so that's kind of concerning. But hey, you know what? It's peaks and valleys. It's peaks and valleys, and I agree with everybody. Like I say, we all predicting pretty much to be a 500 team, maybe win a little bit more. I have 45. I'm gonna stay true to that. Maybe the season turn around, they get a winning streak going. But I tell you what, if we go into this next stretch where we home for 6 or 7 games, if the Knicks don't come out of this 7 games with a real 3 or 4 games over 500, then we should be concerned. Now you got 6 home games, just like we went on the road for 5 games, and we wound up 5 or 6 days. We wound up being 500. I'll take that. But now when we get to the Garden, you cats got a chance to go. You playing some tough teams, but still you at home though. You at home on your home court. And you got to take advantage of this thing, man. So yeah, I'm expecting them to be much better in this homestand than they were on the road. But if not, if they go the other way, then you know what? it's going to be some earth shaking and moving all around, brother. I just think that the fan base going to start snapping. They almost there. The pot on the stove is probably at 3 or 4. Don't let the Knicks not come out this homestand and play what they need to play and play the way they should play. That pot and that stove turn up to 10. It's going to be boiling, and let's hope the water don't boil over, but it probably will, man. So let's see, man. Let's try to hope that these cats can salvage what they was doing and get back at it. But tonight they got a tough task with SGA, and SGA playing like an MVP candidate. You know what I mean? The cat putting up crazy numbers. His team is like one game less than hours in the win column. So they 7-9. I think we 8-9. So I mean, if they win tonight, they gonna have a better record than us. And and hopefully that don't be the case tonight, man. I think the Knicks come out there hopefully with some passion tonight, and really take this thing for what it is. And what, these cats came in the building, dropped 145 on us. We can't let that happen. So let's see if the Knicks respond how they respond tonight after 2 losses in a row against 2 quality teams. One of them was the defending NBA champion. The other one was just a Western Conference not 2 years ago, removed from that. And I didn't feel too bad the way the Knicks played them guys last night. I just thought that in that Devin Booker in that second half, he didn't kill us. He only had 20 points, but he hit some crazy 5 or 8 from 3-point land. And I think that's where a lot of his stuff came in at, man. And he other than that, and Damian Lee, he kind of ran the muck a little bit. So it was definitely a not so dominant game by them guys, but still for us to only score 95 points. And I think that's where we lost the game at last night. It was how many points we gave up. You know what I mean? And I think that was the game last night to me with our offense is putting our defense in a lot of tough situations because, like I said, when you're not scoring the ball, you got to go so hard to try to keep the other team from scoring because you don't got it popping. Then your energy and your confidence go down. Like last night to me, I did not see the Julius Randle I've seen the last 4 or 5 games. You know what I mean? I didn't see that. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. RJ giving you what RJ can give you because of his situation. But, he got to be played better as well. Harkenstein got to play better. Obi Toppin and Quickly are not offensively playing well. Obi Toppin was lighting it up prior to the last two or three games. But now, he just kind of regressed a little bit from the offense standpoint. He's still trying to do some of the little things out there. Don't get me wrong, but he definitely not shooting the ball like he was shooting in the beginning of the season. And he definitely Emmanuel Quickly is only shooting a bit from 27% from the 3-point line, and we got to get that together, man. But we bring partner crime in the building. Sharp Powers on what's popping, brother.
Salute Divine, salute chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. We just kind of going over what's ahead and what was behind, which was the game the other night. It was tough to see, man. Sharp Powers just Julius Randle already they 10 points and 9 points. 12 points and 9 points. Taylor Russell was pretty much trying to win that game by himself, and with the power stuff that Quentin Grimes gave us, tough for us the other night.
Yeah, I mean, they looked like they didn't have no energy, man. There's a rumor going around that they all got some type of flu thing going on and stuff like that. And if it's true, I mean, it kind of showed a little bit the other night. Julius Randle looked at winded. RJ still looked at winded. So it's possible that a couple of the guys were a little sick and stuff like that. Not making no excuses for them because they were in the game in the first half, you know what I mean, and just second half they just got beat up on. I mean, we got beat in 3-point percentages, we got beat in rebounding, we got beat in assists, and those things can't really happen if you want to try to win a game, man. You got to win some of those things. So. It's good to see Jalen Brunson, try to take over the game. But, it's hard to not saying that he couldn't, and he did, but he didn't have no real backup, man. Even though he took over the game and stuff like that, the defense wasn't really there. So, it is what it is. On to the next.
Yeah, real talk. It's for me. I think we win tonight. We'll be all right. But this was concerning to me is. We shooting 40% at the team from the 2-point area. 44%. I'm sorry, 44%. We shooting 34% from the 31% from the 3-point area shot. 31%. That's under league average. And it's just tough to see that, man. And we only shoot 40 over the field, which is not bad, but it ain't great. I think a lot of that got to do with RJ Barrett. Yeah, it really is. That got a lot to do with the RJ Barrett not being in his game. We shoot 80% for the charity stripe, which is much improved compared to last year. But we just really got to get this offense thing together, man. And I think it's time for these guys to do some soul searching. I mean, and really realize that you can't take this shit for granted. You got to go out there and play ball and go hard. Like I said, right now the only consistent Nick is to me is Jalen Brunson. Because like I said earlier, he had a bad game the other night, but he found a way to bounce back. I mean, he bounced back against Cameron Payne and they guards, and he really he was competing real hard last night. So I don't know if his dad, I don't know if Julius Randle hearing the noise out there about his trade value being the highest since his been, blah blah blah, and and everything. It just granted you lost against two good teams. You lost against the Golden State Warriors and you lost against the Suns. I mean, it is what it is. We can't expect the Knicks to win every game. But it's not about the wins or losses to me. It's how we play in the game.
Right.
And that's what I'm really more concerned. I didn't expect the Knicks to beat, even though we predicted win. We know if the Knicks play their best basketball, they can beat just about anybody. But, we know obviously everybody picked Golden State to beat the Knicks. We know they picked the Suns to beat the Knicks. They both on their home court with superior talent, obviously. All-star players, Hall of Fame players. So obviously, you kind of knew that they would lose to these guys. But I didn't like last night the way the spirit of the team. I think the spirit of the team was low. And like you said, if we got anything to do with the sickness and the stuff, the bug that's going around, I didn't like that. But I like to see Mitchell Robinson got back. Not hard time at the Yeah, but yeah, you could. I just trying to let you get settled in because I was coming over the speaker. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, we just gotta hopefully we can salvage the game tonight and get to 9-9. I think you know what? No matter when the Knicks win or lose, the Knicks win, we're gonna be in here being positive as anything. But when the Knicks lose the game, obviously it's gonna take the fan base away because we're gonna be disappointed that they lost. So like I said, it's not about we lost; it's how we lost. You know what I mean? And the way we lost, and the spirit of competition, and going out there and going a mano against Cat, not letting Cat give it to you. My man Torrey and Craig put Julius Randle in a donut last night. Let's call it for what it is. Torrey Craig put Julius Randle in a donut. So he's a good defender, got the right size, and he kind of reared his ugly hair last night and made it hard for Julius Randle, and he only scored 9 points. But what I'm concerned about is that, you know what? I don't care if you only scored 9 points. You wasn't competing hard. It's like you let the cat take your lunch last night. It's one thing that if a cat is that, listen, if a dude could beat you, he beat you, you give him his flowers. This cat played a great game, but you don't let him take your spirit of competition away from you. Now, I think Torrey Craig last night took his spirit of competition from him. Like he wasn't even battling this cat. This cat was doing it, and he was missing bunnies, finger roll bunnies. So I gotta give credit when credit due, but I gotta call him out when I call him out. Julius Randle didn't come to play. RJ Barrett, you missing wide open jumpers, man. Come on, I know you're sick. And that's my man. I'm a big RJ fan. But at the same time, man, you shooting abysmal numbers the last 5 games. We know he always start out slow shot, Howard, but it's not even about the missing shot. It's about the competitive. I didn't like the way they compete last night, and I hopefully it don't be that tonight. That they go out there and be a little bit more competitive and say, you know what, these guys came in our building the other day, threw up 145. We owe them something. That's what I want to see happen. You know what I mean? I want to see the Knicks respond tonight. Let's hope they will. They might respond. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about the last game because we were right there at halftime, and after the third quarter, it just fell apart, So, it was good to see Mitchell Robinson out there. It was good to see Quentin Grimes out there shooting effectively. He was out there, but you notice the first quarter he was really into the game, but the second half he was a little drained, it looked like, or maybe a little rusty, or maybe it got a little sore or something like that. So things happen. We got to see Deuce McBride out there yesterday. Good open couple of open shots that he shot and stuff like that. Great defense, all the way on 93 feet from the for the line, from the out of bounds line to the out of bounds line. He plays that defense. So these are things that wish we could have got put him in it a little bit earlier. But like I said, on to the next one. Tonight's game is a payback game. This is the big payback. You know what I mean? And we got to go out here and we got to really clamp down on it, because this team is not really per se a great 3-point shooting team. They looked marvelous the last time they played us. I think they were 50-something% from 3 points land. So we have to shut them down. We have to put a clamp on a couple of these guys. I think Mitchell Robinson will be starting tonight. The Cam Reddish, I think they said he's still day to day, but he may, who knows if he's going to start tonight. It may be Cam Reddish. I mean, it may be Quentin Grimes starting tonight. But I think this is a big payback game right here, and I think that we need to go out there and really. And I hate to talk about but we need to punch these guys right in the mouth, like let's stay straight, let's hold back and let's punch him right in the mouth real quick, you know what I mean, and hold it from there. So let's see what the Knicks do tonight, man. I still think we have a great chance of winning tonight, man. We played this team already, so we know what they possibly could do. If we shut down a lot of the stuff that they did the last game, we'll be fine.
Yeah, real talk. I agree. And because of it, I think we come out there to play. Even if the Cam Reddish don't play tonight, which I'm kind of hoping he don't. Man, let him get healthy, man. I mean, hey, after tonight, we got 3 or 4 or 5 days off or something like that.
Yeah, from Monday or like Friday or something like that.
Right. So that might be a good time for cats to get in the gym. Like you got tomorrow, Wednesday. Obviously, you probably gonna do the Thanksgiving thing, all them guys and everything like that with their families and stuff like that. But then you back at it on Friday. So you got some days to get in there and just watch the film, work on the game. Get healthy. If they got the bug, get your third flu, get whatever you need. Get the CBD. I don't know, whatever you need to get this stuff out there and get it popping. You know what I mean? And get back at it. So I'm confident these cats will play hard tonight. One thing I know they will play hard tonight because they usually respond pretty well. This is the first time in a while we lost 2 games in a row. We normally win one, lose one, win one, lose one. But hopefully they respond tonight. I respond in a better fashion, play with a little bit more sense of urgency, a little bit more energy. A little bit more determination, and say, you know what, these cats came in our building and punked us a little bit with 145 points, but we can't allow that to happen. So let's see where they at tonight, man. And we feel like some players, if Julius Randle or RJ don't got it, to take them out the game. And I think this might be a time where Tibbs got to say, listen, y'all cats don't got it. Let me give more minutes to the other guys, and I think he kind of did that the other night because they didn't get a lot of them guys didn't play over 30 minutes the other night. That's pretty much how bad it was for them. But I'm looking forward to a different outcome tonight, man. I think they better have some pride within themselves. Know that they know what they could beat us on our home court. We could beat them on our home court. But go back to the spirit that they got tonight. Like, listen, y'all cats came in our home court, beat us. We coming in your home court, we beating y'all. And I think if we win tonight and get out of this thing 9-9, I'm good. Because the road trip, because we got a couple of breaks there with some players not having their better players. But at the same time, we didn't have our players. Grimes and Mitchell Robinson is an important part of our team. And so, though they're not superstars, they're an important part of what we do. We're not having them on the road trip for a while. That affects us in a certain way, too, especially with Hartenstein not playing well. Thank God Gerald Sims was double-doubling. He was giving me some rich numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then that's real talk. We're there, man. Yeah. I know, yeah, good with a lot of wise, but you know what? They better have something. THC, CBD, OCD, I don't know, whatever. Tonight. But we'll see, man. I think they're responding. I think they bounce back in a good way. They play hard, and definitely because the competition is not they talent, but they're not experienced talent. Like they Josh getting SGA and all the guys. SGA is probably one of the more experienced ones there, but compared to playing the Phoenix Suns, who got mad experience there. And them cats been through the grind already because they've been through the Western Conference Finals. That's a different team. But, man, we definitely got to go out there and play these guys good tonight, man, and win a game. And real quick, man, Knicks Real Talk, let's get a Divine Shot Powers. Salute to the chat. Rob Wise, D. Roz, Core Mega, everybody, man. Salute to you guys for coming in tonight, man. We appreciate y'all. Because, sometimes out of this Knick land, when we lose a game, the world ain't the world. The world don't fell off or whatever. But it's like I said, we ain't going undefeated, so we got to keep it moving. But right now, we know we got a chance to be 9-9. I'm not mad at that, and not mad knowing that we haven't been playing good basketball. Period. I mean, I don't know what to say. So you beat the team that you're supposed to beat. Hopefully you could beat the team that you shouldn't beat. But if you had a good game, you could beat them. So for the Knicks to be 9-9, you lost against the competition that people expected you to lose to anyway. But you also beat the team that you're supposed to beat, and you're not playing good basketball. You kind of got to take that as a positive, because it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse, but it's not. So we'll see, Shop, how we just got to keep moving. I think Mitchell Robinson have a better game tonight. I want to continue to see what Quentin Grimes going to do, and I want to see even if at least Julius Randle bounce back. RJ in a slump, so it's not about bouncing back when he in a slump. Let's just call that what it is. He in a slump. Julius Randle wasn't in a slump. He just had a bad game last night. Because the other night before that, a couple of games before that, he was putting in some crazy numbers. So let's hope that he responds from the bad game and have a good game along with Jalen Brunson and some other guys. And maybe RJ can have a good game efficient-wise. He might not got, even if RJ don't score score a lot tonight, but be efficient tonight. I don't care if you got 15 points, but you got 6 assists, 5, 6, 7 rebounds. That's what I want to see out of RJ tonight. Not so much score 20 points, because if your shot ain't on, it ain't on. If you in a slump, you in the slump. Ain't nothing you can do about that. But what you can do is affect the game in other ways. So that means rebounding, passing the ball, defending real well, having energy, and all that. And I think that's what he got to do until he get out the shooting slump. Affect the game in another way. Play some defense, man. Don't distribute the ball to people. Rebound the ball or push the break and get the pace popping. And RJ can do that. Who cares if he don't score 20 points tonight? But I do expect Randall to bounce back tonight and make up for what he did the other night. And he probably will, Shop House. You never know.
Yeah, we just need to, get out there and do what we did the last time we played them. But this time what we need to do is play some defense. That perimeter defense killed us the last time that we played them. So we know that we can go out and score against this team. The main thing that we have to do is defend. And I think with Mitchell Robinson in the lineup, it will change a little bit of their aggression to the hole. It may slow down SGA a little bit. You know what I mean? It may slow him down just a little bit because he makes a lot of moves going to the basket. So hopefully Mitch can come in there, stay out of foul trouble, and dominate the paint. That's what we need him to do. That's what we missed against them the last time that we played. So if he could come in there and dominate the paint, grab some offensive rebounds and some defensive rebounds, we should be in good shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk. We just got to play collectively together, man. You only and like I said, right now Tibbs coaching at a C+ level. Then he get a C+ level. But our players, guys, like I said, we got to really take into consideration that what is the league average of 3-point shooting in the league? Shop out like 35, 36%.
Yeah, it's at least 35, close to 36%. The last we played whatchamacallit yesterday. I mean, day before yesterday, they are like 40-something% from the 3-point line, the Suns. And they showed it. They really we held down their shooting guard big time, but he got hot in that second half, and he ended up doing what he needs to do. Booker really is a good player, man. He's a very, very good player, and he makes big shots, and he definitely did that against us. But against this OKC team, we need to play. We just have to man up this game. I mean, play tight defense and get up in these guys' grills, man. And I don't think I'm guessing, this is coming from a Knicks fan point of view, but I think Mitchell Robinson slows down those drives in the paint tonight. And, he's not really back into shape. You see Mitchell Robinson, he was winded. He looked like he was huffing and puffing. So he's going to have to get back into ready into game shape. But I believe that he can slow down some of those drives to the hole.
Yeah, you got to expect Mitchell Robinson to be that. I mean, listen, when you didn't injure the hand, you didn't injure the hand when you can still run around and get cardio in. You still can you injure your knee. Obviously you can't do nothing cardio wise if you're hurting your extremities on your legs and everything. So I'm not even worried about that. Superman Paris Douglas, Paris, salute to you, my brother. Salute. Yeah, yeah, and hey, a lot wise, man. Too many. I mean, it's like they wide open threes. We knock it down. I agree with you 100%, brother. But like I said, as far as the mid situation, listen, you expect that. I don't care who you are as an athlete. You ain't getting no cardio in because you've been injured for a while. You're gonna be slow. That's not even athlete. That's us as human beings. You don't work out or run. You're gonna be slow. That's just period. You know what I mean? If I don't get to walk the greenway with my wife for about a month, obviously my next time I walk the greenway with it ain't gonna be the same thing. So I'm not even sweating Mitchell Robinson. And the man had a strained knee. You can't expect him to be come out there with 100% energy. That's not reality. That'd be false prophecy there. So let's just see that. Hope Mitchell Robinson, why we got this 4 or 5 days off, he get his wind back and get back in shape. But it definitely you got to understand the man had a sprained knee. He can't do no cardio. So that's a wrap right there. But as far as everybody else, there ain't no excuse for the ones who out there who not run up and down the floor, letting their man beat them, letting the man go back door, or if you see the cat about to pull up on a 3-point shot, you're not running out to the 3-point line to contest it. That ain't no excuse for that. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. But I think he have a better game than he had last night. And I think Quentin Grimes might continue to do what he's doing. I love what he gave us the other night, shot powers, and let's see if he can continue doing it. And let's see if we get a different outcome tonight, because it's going to be very interesting going back to MSG, which is weak. But it could be a blessing too for the Knicks to have these days off. They get to go out there and work on what they do not doing well. They got to be able to work on what they're not doing well. And they, like I said, the Knicks ain't the only team in there sticking up the joint. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of teams playing just as bad as the Knicks are. You know what I mean? So the sky ain't falling. It's just that right now we expect our team to be playing better. And so right now we got to throw some darts at somebody. So Tibbs get the darts, RJ get the darts. The last 2 games, Obi, Toppin, and Emmanuel quickly from the shooting standpoint, they get the darts. 2 guys that can play the way they play, 1 for 20. 1 for 20, they get darts. Boom. You know what I mean? And so we got to find a way to correct it, and moving forward, we hope we do that, because I really think this team, we got talent there. They're just not playing at the level of talent they're supposed to. And shooting 31% from downtown in the NBA ain't going to cut it. It just ain't going to cut it right now in the league where everybody, shoot 3-point. And like I always say, when we do the math, 3 times 10 is 30. 2 times 10 is 20. I'd rather have hit 10 3-pointers than 10 2-pointers, because that's 10 more points, and we're not hitting the 3-point shot well, and it's starting to show in our numbers, and it's putting a lot of pressure on our defense, because that means we got to struggle to stay in game, fight to compete on one end to stay on game, because our offense is not playing well, and that makes for a different ball game. You know what I mean? And I think we got to get it together. You know what I mean? And I think we will, Sharp. I would just hope it starts tonight. Salute my man Pudge Knight, my brother. Salute.
Yeah, it's no question about that, Divine, man. We just got to get back to fundamentals, man. We just got to get back to fundamentals and play some gritty defense, man. And the best thing about this after this game is we have a couple of days off to recoup, to relax, and to unwind a little bit and watch what we haven't been doing. One of our biggest flaws right now, well, 2, but one of the out of the 2 biggest flaws is our perimeter shooting. You know what I mean? Our perimeter shooting right now is very low. I think we're like 28th in the league or something like that. We're very low in the league. And our perimeter defense, we're giving up a lot of shots, and people are making them, So the 2 things that we just need to clean up, if we can start making it a little higher towards that 34%, 35%, you know what I mean? Slowly increase, you know what I mean? Because by All-Star break, we need to be close to 36% if we want to stay around 500 this season. And our defense really needs to pick it up, and then they play good defense in spurts, but sometimes you just see 3 or 4 plays, they just seem like they lose their continuity of who to approach and who to pick up, when someone is shooting. But in time, let's see what happens. I think with a couple of days off, now we gotta worry about. Now the thing is, we have to implement Mitchell Robinson. Now, who's going to be the backup for Mitchell Robinson? Is it going to be Sims coming off the bench? Or is it going to be Ihart? We got Reddish out, and Quentin Grimes is coming in now. You know what I mean? So how are we going to implement who's going to be in this 9-man, or if Tibbs is going to extend it to a 10-man rotation where Grimes could be in the second unit and Reddish should be in the first unit. So these are things that we see, you know, all as Knicks fans, and Tibbs is going to have to do something to it, you know. And I know we need some shooting. We need to make some 3-point shots. And I believe this wholeheartedly, man, that RJ will make a turn. I believe wholeheartedly RJ is going to get better shooting the 3-point shot as the games come a little quicker now, you know, and stuff like that. And you know, let's see what happens, man. I think right now RJ is in a rut right now, and he just has to get out of that rut. You know, after he start hitting some three, he start going 4 for 7 from 3-point land, and we'll be better. We'll be a better team if he starts doing that.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, a lot why I think that toe. The reason why I put that out there because in the game, Derrick Rose hurt his toe, and now he's day to day. So that means next man up. And here's another thing. You know, we got to also take into consideration too. Could it be the pressure of the contract? You know what I mean? RJ just got that bag. The pressure might have mounted now. When he was making $10 million, it's not a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? Now he getting over 20-something million a year, and besides he in a little slump, it could be weighing on him. Plus, he a little bit of sickness going on. So I mean, he's a young guy. He's a young man who just got $22 million, $27 million, whatever the case may be. I mean, the pressure might be on him. Who knows? I'm not saying it is. I'm not. Don't hold me to that's what's happening, but it could happen because I've seen it happen to a lot of players in the NBA where they get that bag and now they're trying to live up to expectations. And somebody being 22 years old in New York City, in the Mecca, it might be just like bow, you know, like oh snap. This is different than making $10 million. Let's hope that he react to it sooner or later. He get out of the slump. He get his mind right, get his game right. Then he start popping again. But it can happen, man. It happened to grown folks in the NBA. Happened to young studs in the NBA. Sometimes you want to get 200-something million, and you got to live up to expectations. Shit, look at Ben Simmons. Come on, you know what I mean? I mean, it happens to some of the best of these guys, man. But let's see if RJ can get together and come out there and explode tonight. Or if he don't do it tonight, at least once this road trip is over, he got enough time to reevaluate the way he playing. He also got enough time to get in the gym for a couple of days because now it's hard to do that when you're playing on a night in and night out basis, game after game. And granted, we play 6 or 7 games in 8 days. It's a lot of basketball. You know what I mean?
And two back-to-backs.
2 back-to-backs, 8 games and 9 games in so many nights. That's a lot of basketball. And I can see him wearing down. I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? But we not making no excuses, but that's reality. You know what I mean? The more you work, the tired you get. I mean, so it happens. But we just gotta hope that these cats get together tonight and go out strong tonight, compete for a lot of minutes. Because here's an interesting one thing I would like to see. I would like to see Shot Powell. It is like I said. I'm the big Tibbs guy. I believe in what he could do. But I want to see Tibbs start doing this here. Whoever's hot, let him play. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I would like to see him do. I know it's hard to do that when you got 3 guys in there. Like you can't. It's hard to justify sitting Julius Randle and RJ Barrett when they make it $27, $25, $24 million. It's hard to do that. You know what I mean? Because you gave them that money because you thought they were their best player. But you know what? It might be a time for you to change up a little bit. If you think RJ don't got it popping, you can feel it in the course of the game. And just sit him. Because if he ain't got it popping now, you might not have it popping. If he ain't got it popping in 2 quarters. This early in the season anyway, because RJ is a good second half player most of last year. But right now, the way he's playing, if RJ ain't got to pop in out the gate, then he might need to say, okay, let me decrease his minutes and give him to somebody else. If you see Julius Randle don't got to pop in, I know he can turn on him now there, but 9 out of 10, if you ain't got to pop it in the first, you might not got to pop in the rest of the game. So maybe he needs to go to somebody else for that minute. And if them cats he put in for them playing real well, you know what, guys? Sit on the bench tonight, you didn't deserve it anyway. You know what I mean? I do understand that the contract kicks in next year, but he still got the contract. You know what I mean? He still got it. So the Knicks, if RJ Barrett would have stopped today, the Knicks still owe that man $120 million, regardless, because it kicks in, but he got it. You know what I mean? He signed it. He's on the dotted line, and that pressure can still be getting to him. Yeah, because he know that imagine next year when he get his first 20-something million. How are they going to respond next year? But he still got the contract. The contract is written with ink on it, signed, sealed, and delivered. God, I think that plays a major part. And because he got the contract now the pressure's on him. Everybody out here in the atmosphere know that R.J. Barrett signed for $120-something million. We all know that. 113 with a 7 with a 13 million signing bonus. See, so we know that he already signed that contract. So I don't think it's just about because he didn't get it to next year. It might not start next year, but he did get it. He got the contract. So I think he's gonna have to live up to that. He's gonna have to live up to it. And it could weigh on him, man. But I agree with you. It definitely kicks in next year. But that don't mean he ain't feeling the pressure now. Because he signed it. Look, Julius Randle, look at Julius Randle when he signed his extension. It kicked in last year, and he had a terrible year last year. You know what I mean? From what they used to him doing. And I think sometimes the pressure can mount on you, man. These cats, they human beings, bro. Real talk. Ain't no supreme and none of that stuff they do out there to me. And then I just think he might feel the pressure. Let's hope not. I'm not saying he is, but it can happen. That's what I just want to say. I'm not saying I'm right about the thing, but it can happen. The pressure can mount on this guy, man, because he done signed the contract. So no matter what happens right now, whatever happened in RJ's career, that money is guaranteed. It's guaranteed money. So who knows? Let's hope it's not, man. Hope that he's just not playing good like any other year. He just starting off pretty bad, and he just got to find his rhythm and things of that nature, man. Because it's gonna happen to all of them. Obi Toppin, when he get ready to get his extension, no matter what happened, he gonna feel the pressure. Like I said, hey, you work a 9 to 5, your boss say, hey, you make it $10 an hour, he give you $20 an hour. The pressure gonna mount. Now you're gonna feel like you gotta perform because the pressure's on you. I'm about to give you $20 an hour. You better work like you $20 an hour. And let's see how it goes. We'll see. But I think we come out tonight and play pretty hard, play pretty aggressive, and try to get back to what we do best and just play Knicks basketball. And hopefully we can take pride in this thing and win the game tonight because they beat us on our court last week. And that they do that, we'll see how we go home 9-9. And I feel much better tomorrow.
Yeah, no question about that. Like I said, man, this is a big payback game right here. We need to go in here and really play some real. We have to change what we did. The second quarter, the second half of that game, we have to continue to drive to the hole, make some baskets, and I think hopefully that with the Mitchell Robinson being back, I think that will slow OKC down a little bit, So that's what I'm banking on tonight. I think Mitchell Robinson should be able to have a dominating game tonight. Considering that he's just coming off of this knee injury, but I think he should be able to get out there tonight and really elevate his game, man. And with him in the lineup, it helps the point guard, the perimeter defense a little bit better. Now you can play a little tighter defense on these guys because if you run them off the 3-point line, you force them into the hole towards Mitchell Robinson, and if he can stay consistent without fouling and being that big blockness monster, then we have a better chance of winning tonight. So that's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on Mitchell Robinson tonight, and I'm hoping that RJ has a better shooting game, like you said earlier, a better percentage-wise shooting game tonight with him filling up the stat line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk. Also I noticed too. I want to see Obi Toppin stop getting so caught up in that 3-point shot powers, because he's starting to forget about the other thing that he was doing good. In almost 2 games I've seen, he kind of missed 2 reverse dunks in a row. Reverse dunks, he missed them, not 2 in a row, but 2 games or something like that, where he got the alley and threw it back with a miss. And so that tell me that means that's a lack of concentration right there, because Obi normally don't miss shots like that. But I hope he's not just settling for that 3-point shot, because now he was around 53% field goal percentage, and now he's down to 44. Emmanuel quickly was up there. Now his field goal percentage has dropped tremendously. So I want to see these guys kind of get back to the basics, man. Emmanuel quickly 35% from the floor, 35 from the floor, the 2-point area. He's shooting 27% from 3-point area. No way, Jose. You shooting under league average in both categories, way under, matter of fact. 27% of men is unacceptable when good as he can shoot a basketball. To 35% from the floor, You can't win like that. You know what I mean? R.J. Barrett, 39% for the floor. You got to get better. You know what I mean? And, so, we want to see these guys get better at what they do because you're not going to win too many basketball games like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're 100% right. A lot of fans ain't patient with us, man. And you 100% dead on that. That's why they call for Tibbs head. That's why they call it for RJ head. That's why they call for Randall head. Because our fan base is, they feel it in emotion. Some of them, what I mean. Some of them feel the most. Some of them, they're bipolar. I don't know what the fuck. They ain't having it, man. 1 minute they up. Like I said, the Knicks win tonight. Watch the fan base tomorrow, brother. The Knicks win tonight. It's peaks and valleys with everybody. Some men, we feel good. 1 minute we feel down. When we win, we feel good. When we lose, we feel down. So we taking out all our frustration. But damn, to be 9-9, and we not playing good basketball, what did that tell you? That they didn't give up on the season. They didn't give up on Tibbs neither. And even though we ain't playing good, they didn't give up because they easily could be 4 and whatever. They could be 5 and whatever, 6 or whatever. The Cats is literally, still in this thing. And it only takes a homestand like we got coming up now. We got 6 out of 7. If you Knicks wind up out of these 7 games 5-2, what can you say? You know what I mean? You'll be 3 games over 500 and you're looking pretty good. And I think that's what's good with that, man. My man Ron, salute my man Ron. Appreciate you, my brother. It's good with you, man. Hope all is well with you, man. I hope y'all get ready to enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. With all who dwell in it, man. Salute to all y'all, man. And salute to you, my brother, for coming in, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Still Knicks fan, always in the building, representing real talk. But yeah, we just got to get past game away, wipe it away, man. Get it out of our mind, get it out of ourselves, and move on to tonight. See if we can make up for the game they beat us in Madison Square Garden. We can end this road trip at 9-9. I am not mad. I'm not. I don't care what nobody. I'm not mad. So, like I said, a lot of us not picking the Knicks, didn't pick the Knicks to be superstars. So we really can't do too much to, getting on them when we didn't expect them to be so good or we expect them to be mediocre. So if they're playing like they're mediocre, then I think everything is going according to plan with what most of you guys was putting out there. So we expect the Knicks to be a mediocre team this year, and we expect them to be in the play-in. So right now we're playing with it, so nobody should be upset about anything, to be honest with you, because they're playing the way they thought they was going to play. So, but I think they're going to play better than that. I think once they get fully loaded, once Mitchell Robinson get his cardio back, once Cam Reddish get back, now we got Grimes back. I think this team would be a better, more competitive team because you got 3 guys right there who all can play defense. Grimes, Reddish, and obviously, Cam Reddish, and Grimes, and Mitchell Robinson. Hopefully, Emmanuel Cleveland playing good defense this year as well. I mean, Derrick Rose going to be down, and Deuce McBride gets some burn. Then you got another better defender on the team that can play defend. But right now, obviously, they're not living up to their standard on the offense side of the ball. They're just abysmal. 3-point percentage, 2-point percentage. Thank God we had the 80%. We had the 80% percentage on the charity strike shot. Like I said, that's what's keeping us in these games. We shooting well from the free throw line compared to last year. So let's see how it goes tonight. Till we can contain SGA. He's hot right now, burning it up. Cat averaging 30, 35, whatever the last 9 games. He is really doing this thing. So we just got to hope that that this cat really come out there and get slowed down. Let's see what if Grimes can kind of slow him down. We ain't obviously gonna be able to stop him, but let's see if they put Grimes on and Grimes give him a better, make it harder on him. He probably still gonna do what he do, but you gotta give Grimes credit the way he played Devin Booker last night. Devin Booker didn't run him up last night. He only had 20. So let's see if Grimes can have an impact on SGA, at least slow him down, or Giddy, whoever he's gonna be playing. But he got to definitely help us defend that perimeter tonight because we're gonna need it.
There's no question about that, man. We need defense tonight to get these guys off the 3-point line and push these guys towards the paint, man, and hope that Mitchell Robinson can get 17 blocks tonight or something like that. You know what I mean? Something we need a spark. And what did they put out who started today, Devon? Did you do that already?
Yeah, the starting lineup for the Knicks tonight per fans data. I run up there again for the people who didn't get to see it earlier. For the Knicks tonight, it was going to be Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, Hartenstein. There might be Mitchell Robinson. I don't hold these stat chasers 100% because they don't get the information to like 5 minutes. You really don't know who's going to be started until maybe a half hour before the game. So, but prior to that, at least they're projected. These are projections anyway. Then for them, they got SGA, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, and Pokacheski. So that's what they got out there. I don't know how accurate it is because it's not even, like it's about half hour. You might be just getting it just now in some circles, but that's what they got projected to be out there, Shop Howard. But I would love to see that Harkenstein was Mitchell Robinson right now. Harkenstein is not playing the way he was playing at the beginning of the year. So my man Johnny Davis, salute to you, my brother. He's not playing the Harkenstein, not playing with the energy, and the defense is killing me. I mean, I'm like, some of the things I seen last night, I'm like, yo, you gotta at least jump, my brother. Get up off your feet. Ayton was doing something, he wasn't even contesting it. So we'll see how it goes, man. I know my man Tim on it. Hey Tim, listen, we feel you, brother. I understand how bad you want Tibbs going, but I just don't want the show to be about bashing Tibbs because it's not good for my viewers. And that's and I don't mind, brother, coming out. I love all y'all. I take y'all all wide, but I just can't just the segment take over with the Tibb noise. I can't do it, bro. You know what I mean? Because we know what it is. We know we'll see. Tibbs might not be here. You know what? They fire him. But right now, Tibbs is our coach. He's coaching the New York Knicks, and for me, I want Tibbs to be at his best. Do the best you can because he's our coach. I don't want the man to fail. I ain't trying to make Tibbs be the scapegoat. But right now, he's the coach of the New York Knicks. And I want everybody on the Knicks to do good. Our players, our coaches, our organization. I ain't here to bash these cats because they in the circle right now. We need Tibbs to be coaching at his best. He got some flaws. Tibbs, get better. But and help get this team right. But at the same time, these cats ain't like they're in the cellar. They're not in the cellar. And but when that time comes, they James Dolan and Leon Rose and all the guys think Tibbs need to be fired, then they fire him. But right now, he's the coach of the Knicks. We want Tibbs to be good. You should never root for nobody in your organization to be bad. We want Tibbs to be a good coach. We want him to turn this thing around, get our boys playing hard, get us back to what they're supposed to do. That's what coaching is. And granted, even if he's not the best coach that we have, he is our coach. We want him to do good. I want Tibbs to do good. Tibbs, go out there, get it popping, get our boy to lead these soldiers in the war, and keep doing what you're doing and make us better for we can win game. But all of this ain't on Tibbs. Like I said, I don't care who you are. Your team shooting 31% from downtown as a team. Your whole team, Tibbs don't shoot the basketball. Tibbs don't rebound the basketball. Tibbs ain't at the charity stripe. Tibbs don't play defense. These guys got to take accountability for themselves too. RJ got to take accountability for himself. Randall got to take accountability. You only get coached but so much. If your boy is not playing basketball, then that's on you. You can raise your kids to be the best kids in the world, but they start effing up. That ain't on you. That's on your kids. They doing their motherfucking job. We got to stop acting like Tibbs is the reason why the Knicks are losing. Tibbs is not the reason why the Knicks is losing. The reason why the Knicks are losing because they not doing what they're supposed to do on the court. Tibbs ain't missing 0 for 7 from downtown. That's RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? Tibbs ain't the one not hustle for rebounds. That's Julius Randle, or that's the other guy. Or he ain't Harkenstein who not getting up off his floor trying to contest shots. You could throw all the game plans out there on the court. You could tell your guys all what they got to do. But if they don't execute, then that's on them. You know what I mean? And it's about being accountable. So yeah, we get it. I get Tibbs might be we can fire Tibbs. He ain't replaceable. He can get replaced. But as of right now, somebody who 8-9 and your team is not shooting the ball well, they're not rebounding well, and they're not doing certain things. I mean, what do you want the man to do? What can he do? He can't go out on the court, put on a sneaker and guard SGA. He can't go out there and stop SGA from dropping 42 on us. Who's the person in front of SGA who's gonna say, you know what, you ain't scoring on me tonight? You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. He might not be the greatest coach, but he's not a bad coach. His record speaks for itself. But since he got here, you know what I mean, and he had a good season, a subpar one last year, just because we had injuries, and this year we still 8-9. It ain't like the Knicks is 2-11 or 2-17 or whatever. Shot power. The Cats are 8-9. They ain't like they 4-4 and whatever. So I think we just gotta hope that this thing turn around. Hope Tibbs can get a little better at what he do. Hope our players get better at what they do. We turn this thing around and we move forward and try to fight to get in that playoff. That's all we can do. I mean, all the other stuff, ain't nobody firing nobody. I don't think that's gonna happen. Tibbs is our coach. We want Tibbs to be the best at what he can do. Shop hours. And just if he ain't perfect, but he ain't the worst coach in the league either. He ain't the worst coach in the league. There's some coaches out there sticking it up. Look at Steve Nash. Stick with Steve Nash did with Kyrie, Ben Simmons, and KD. Look what they did. Look at what all these other coaches. What they sorry, some of these great players they got. And they coaching terrible. Tibbs ain't got a superstar roster. He don't even got a guy that's a superstar. And the guy that we drafted, other than RJ, not really creme de la creme players. But he's still making the best of what he got. And you got to give a man credit for that. We don't got no superstar players in New York. And we ain't got no players who we drafted like Zion or John Morant. We don't got guys like that. So you asking this man to go out there and make these guys into superstars, that sometimes you are who you are. So Chop, I think we just got to kind of pump the brakes on just making it seem like Tibbs is the worst coach in the world, because he's not. I think any coach in the league, you got talent, you coach talent. You got good talent, you win good games. You ain't got a lot of talent, you ain't gonna win a lot of games. I think that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell, man. Tibbs can implement the plan, and the team can go out there and stick the plan up. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what a lot of what's going on right now. You look at it, realistically, not even hypothetically. You look at it realistically. We are shooting 31% from the 3-point line. When we have teams out there now, we're probably like the lowest in percentage wise per capita for NBA teams, 31%. We're probably low 20. We're about probably like the lowest team right now. We just got to generally pick that 31% up. You know, we need RJ to step his shot up. We need Brunson to start hitting a couple more of his threes. We need either Cam Reddish to come in here and knock down some shots, or see what Quentin Grimes could do when he gets some open threes. But slowly but surely, we keep, knitting at it and hitting at it and stuff like that, and we should get a little better, man. I said this at the beginning of the preseason, that I didn't think that the Knicks would shoot as bad as they did last year. And last year, from 3-point percentage, they were about 35, almost 36%. We're shooting worse than we did last year with a losing record, and we almost have. We're at a 500. We're at 50% right now. Pretty much so. So we have to get that uptick coming, and I believe that the Knicks will get into their heads that they have to get that up. That perimeter shooting up as well. And, once we start seeing RJ start hitting those, because in the beginning of the season, RJ was okay. You know what I mean? RJ was 40-something% from three, 50-something% from the 2 percentage range. He was 78% from the something like that from the free throw line. So he will gradually get better, man. This little rut that he's in right now, he will break it. Remember last year, he was in the same rut. He went 1 for 30 from shooting 3-pointers, but at the end of the season, he averaged about was it 40? Was it last year or the year before last? I think I want to say 44%, but I think that was the year before last when he scored, when he from 3-point land, he was 44%. I can't really remember what he was last year, but I know he wasn't no 29% last year shooting 3-pointers last year. So, it will evolve and stuff. We will get better, but we need to get better quick. You know what I mean? Because we're about to have a whole bunch of games at home, and this where all these missteps that we had, losing to some of these teams by a little bit of points and stuff like that. This is where we need to make it up at home. We got 6 games out of 7 games we have at home. We need to make those games, and it's not as any NBA team is a good team, but they're not super echelon teams that we're about to play at home and stuff like that. So we could pick it up. You know what I mean? We could get our rhythm going and stuff like that. And let's see what happens, man. I still think that we push the pace tonight. We need to grab some rebounds, and we have to hit our free throws. I think we can have a good chance of winning tonight.
Yeah. It's going to be a really good one, man. And like I said, I just think as our fan base, and as just it's early, man. It's 20 games. We're playing 82. You still got 62 games to go. But actually, you got 64 because we only get into the 18th game. It's a lot of basketball left, man. And like I said, you could turn this thing around for sure. Superman Fabian was popping, brother. Salute to you. We need RJ and Randall to be consistent with what they do. We need our perimeter defense to play better. We giving up too many 3-point shots. Like I said, you only could do but so much. I don't feel like this here. I don't care who coaching this team right now. You could pick any coach in the league right now. The coach Knicks way right now, they still going to get the same results. I think because I think the players is the ones not making the shots. They the ones not rebounding the ball, or they might not be the ones when if you see somebody doing a cut, you just let them make the cut. You don't go out there and do something to contest the shot. I seen last night them cats was just tired, bro. They wasn't contesting. Then, like I said, 6 games in 8 days on the road. You get tired, you know what I mean? You playing in certain altitudes in Denver, Utah, and Phoenix. I mean, it's not making excuses, but them things can happen. That's all I'm saying. It can happen. And right now, they had a tough road trip. I don't know how many teams. I don't know why no Knicks fan should be proud to come off a road trip. We still 9-9. I don't care who you are. To come off this road trip and we 9-9, that should be a positive to you. It shouldn't be so much negativity about the Knicks when we 9-9 coming off a West Coast trip and we play some creme de la creme team, regardless they got players or not, because we didn't have players neither. You know what I mean? And I think we should be just have a little more faith. I mean, everybody got a right to them. I'm not telling nobody not to be Debbie Downer. You think the way you think for yourself. I'm not questioning nobody's right to get on people. I'm not doing that. But all I'm saying is make sure we use all the variables. It's more the variables. It can't be just one thing. Look at the reason why this happened. There's a reason why these things happen. It's not because of one thing. It's a multiple things. You know what I mean? It's a lot of reasons why this happened. I think Cam Reddish wouldn't have went down the other night. Matter of fact, in the Golden State Warrior game, great as a job he did on Steph Curry. I don't think you should have put him on Steph Curry because he moved too much. You understand, Rashad Powers? And I think that if that could have been RJ or somebody, because he didn't have a good series so far, but Cam Reddish was too important to tire him out. They should have put him on my man, what's his name? Klay Thompson. He didn't want to ramp them up. You know what I mean? Because Klay Thompson don't move like my man Steph Curry do. You know what I mean? He don't. You know what I mean? So, and we just gotta, and we have to, man. And it's all right. It's all right to be to get on your team, but make sure you just not getting on them for just to be getting on them. Like I said, if the Knicks go 8-3, all these same cats in here who tell out 5-10 won't be saying that. They won't. If Knicks win 6 in a row, they won't be saying that. You know what I mean? So let's embrace a little bit. Let's just play basketball. Let's have some fun. It's a long season. It's a very long season. This is a long season. The NBA grind is long. We hadn't even got to November. We're going to be playing all the way into April, 5 months from now. So a lot of things can happen within the course of the 5 months. The team can go up or they can go down. But right now, they even kill. A lot of us predicted them to be a playing team. They play like a playing team. So what's the problem? You know what I mean? So let's just keep it moving. We'll get it, guys. We get it, man. I just want to put that energy out there, man, because I know as Knicks fan, man, we haven't won in so long. I understand the frustration. I understand it. I get it. We ain't won in a while. It's been years. We've been in purgatory before Tibb got here. We was in purgatory. We was in purgatory before Tibb came to the New York Knicks. First year he got here, he got us out of purgatory. Last year, if we went 37 and 40 something, and it won for the injuries, we probably would have been in the playoffs. So just chill. It ain't that serious, bro. It's not. I know you don't like the way he coached. You might get upset because he's an old school guy, but these guys play for him, Sharp Hours. These guys play for Tibbs, man. Real talk. And I think if they didn't play for Tibbs, the Knicks right now would be 2-16. I think they'd be 2. If they didn't believe in Coach Tom Thibodeau, the Knicks right now probably be 2 or 3-16, looking to get my man coming out of college or whatever. So let's see how it goes, man. Let's keep the faith and let's hope we win tonight. I got us going in tonight, man, rebounding with a victory, man. That they beat us in the Garden. I hope they got a lot of pride within themselves. I think the Knicks can do 110-105. I'm gonna take 110-105 tonight. I'm just saying that because, like I said, I think if they on their game, they can beat anybody. Obviously, if they all playing the right way and they're playing it, man, I think they'd be good. You know what I mean? And so we gotta see.
Yeah, let me tell you this, Divine, man. As a Knicks fan, I didn't rake RJ through the coals. I didn't talked about Hardenstein and not be able to play big man defense. I've then talked about Quentin IQ not shooting the ball. He's dribbling a lot. He's not shooting the three. You very rarely, and when he shoots the three, it's a hard shot. I said the last couple of games, Obi Toppin, as like you said, Divine, has been missing his alley oops. He hasn't really been breaking out like he usually does. He's not getting back to grab rebounds. I've then went through the slew of all of this, and I really got on RJ because I see RJ as he drives to the hole. He's missing chippy shots, man. Like he's right at the rim and he can't put it against the backboard to make it go into the basket. You know what I mean? So, I'm right there with you guys. I'm not saying a coaching change is going to make a big difference. But it's the players. They have to make a difference to themselves and each other. And once they do that, man, we'll be a better team. I think we're going to come out here tonight. This is a big payback game right here, man. I think we got to come in here and really get gritty with this team, man. We got to do some of the same things that we did in the first 2 quarters against this team by pushing the pace, grabbing some rebounds, hit our free throws. I think we have a chance of winning tonight, and I believe we're almost close to where you said, Devon. I got it 107-104 New York Knicks. I think it's going to be a more defensive-minded game, more than 145 points, 135 points. I do not think we're going to run up and down like that this game. I think this game is going to be shut down the three-point shot, shut down the three-point perimeter shots, and let Mitchell Robinson stay out there and defend the hole. And if we do that, the offensive scoring should come down, and we should be able to prevail, man. I think some of the guys tonight are going to really be up for this game tonight because of how they took us away of that big first quarter. Scoring 46 points, I think it was, something like that. So I think we are more willing to have 27 to 36 points a quarter, stay close with this team, and really kill them in the fourth quarter. 107 to 107 to 103. I think we won by 4 points.
Okay. Yeah. I agree, man. I think it's going to be a little different tonight because, like I said, sometimes when somebody give it to you, your pride ain't gonna you're gonna feel some type of way about somebody spanking you or giving it to you. They didn't really spank us. We only lost by 10, but we gave up 145 points to them. We had 135. It wasn't like they ran us out of the gym. They ran us out of the gym from a psychological standpoint where, damn, you come in Madison Square Garden and you drop almost 150. And they were giving it to everybody that week. The game before they beat us, they scored 132 on the Toronto Raptors. And the game after that, after they beat us, they scored 120 something. I think it was the Nets or somebody. So, we weren't the only team that they gave the business to that night. They've been giving the business to them guys all week long. But let's see, man. Let's see if we can rebound, have a better, efficient game, play a little bit more pride, a little bit more passion, and know that we can go home for the next 4 days and be off and get to kind of get our mind right, enjoy the holiday weekend with their families and everything like that, and then get back at it on Friday. I think the Knicks come out and play tonight. I'm looking for them to prevail. Like I said, I think I said 110 to 105. And let's see if Quentin Grimes can at least help slow SGA down. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but we're looking for a big game for him. Let's see if RJ might got a little bit more fuel in the tank another day, even though it's a back-to-back. Let's see if he got a little bit more, got a good night's sleep, took a little bit more meds or whatever the case may be. He might be feeling a little bit better than he did yesterday and the day before. Let's see if Randall can rebound off the game he had last night. I think Jalen Brunson things last night. But we need Obi and IQ to really get it popping, man. Now, them 2 games, they've really been tough for them guys. 2 players combined, 1 shot, 1 field goal out of 2 players, and they talented they could be. You can't have that. Let's Obi get in his bag tonight, man, and these guys get it popping. I love the way Jericho Sims is playing, even though Cam Reddish and now that Cam Reddish and Evan Fournier and Derrick Rose is out, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the Jericho Sims. You might gonna see McBride tonight. Because now you're the next man up. Let's see if we got some come together collectively, pull out a victory for the next man, before we can feel good about this thing heading into the next couple of days where we got off. We're not gonna have no Knicks basketball for a couple of days. Me and Shaw, we might jump on with something, man, just to keep everybody engaged.
Most definitely.
Yeah, get it popping and everything, man. But you guys know it's just passion up in here, man. There's nobody right, there's nobody wrong. It's just passion. We are content creators, but we are passionate, loving Knicks fans too. You know what I mean? So I try to balance myself when it comes to that, knowing that you got to also be a content creator and make sure that you understand what everybody else going through. But at the same time, I'm just like you guys, man. I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan. Been a Knicks fan for years.
Thanks.
And
I say it all the time.
Right. We love our team and we want the best for them. I'm never rooting for the Knicks to lose. I don't give a shit what day it is. You can come in and ask me 82 games a year. I'm gonna say the Knicks going that night. You ask me, I'm gonna say they're gonna win. I'm gonna say they're gonna win. That's it. Because we just fans. We fans, but we also got to balance ourselves and make sure we spit facts. Make sure we understand what you guys, the way you guys feel. We get it on the other side. We know that to me the chat is the visible panel. So you guys' thoughts in there mean just as much as ours do on the panel. So we just try to keep a balance, man. You know what I mean? You know, it's not about being positive all the time. It had nothing to do with that. It's about sometimes that all the variable things that come into play. You know, we got to make sure we cross all T's and dot all I's when we judging this team. When it comes to Tibbs, you can get on Tibbs about a lot of people, but y'all also got to give him flowers for when he do good things. You can't just say Tibbs is always negative things about Tibbs, but y'all never say nothing positive about him. That's where I'm trying to make it the balance at. Tibbs got a right to get called out when he doing good, but when the team coach a good game, make sure y'all give him his flowers. That's all. It's that simple. You know what I mean? We keep it moving. But listen, man, it was a great show, man. Great energy. Salute to the chat as always. 10 minutes before the game starts, we're gonna go on LKC and try to corral them jokers, man. Go get ready to come back home 9-9. And if we do that, man, I think it's all good. It's all good to me. I take 9-9 right now compared to a lot of teams who got way better players than us and they under 500. Chicago Bulls guys 6-10. Zach LaVine, what's my name? DeRozan, Vucevic, all these guys they 6-10. We 8-9. They got and their team will be better than ours. You know what I mean? So we got to keep this thing real, man. It is what it is. We keep it moving, shot power, but it's good, man. Give me your last words, my brother. I know we're ready to get in here and you're ready to get it popping, and we can watch this basketball game for sure.
Divine, salute to you as always. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Fabian, Ron, Core Mega, Mets, Knicks fan. All you guys up in the chat that make this thing joyful. Exactly. You guys keep it going. You guys, like Divine said, a visible panel. You guys keep it. You keep the yin to the yang. You know what I mean? You keep the you keep that going just like that. You know what I mean? You keep the black to the white, or however you want to put that contrast to what we spend. Of course, I don't think the Knicks are going to win every game that come out there, but every time I get on here, I'm going to try to project if they do certain things that they have a chance of winning the game. So that's how I feel about it. Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Salute my man Ron Sizzles, fan. Know the lead before you fall off the edge, brother. You already know what it is. Salute to my man Jermaine Voice. It's Jermaine always, my brother. Pleasure. Salute to you. Met Nick fan. Let's go. Don't worry about it. We got Jacob LeBron coming back, baby. We're gonna be all right. Fabian, my man, as always. Peace to the God, Allah wide now my brother Johnny Davis again. Tim, salute to you, my brother. You know it's all good up in here. Let's keep it moving, man. Pudge, P, nice, salute to you. Paris, Douglas, salute to you. Salute to everybody, man. All you guys that we come here and represent and support Knicks Real Talk. We appreciate y'all 100%. Real Talk, man. Let's go in here and see if we can get it popping tonight, man. I think this nigga come out there and play hard tonight. And I think we can get the 9-9 and head on back to New York City, man. Get back to the Mecca, have 3 or 4 days off. And get ready to try to regroup and regroup ourselves mentally and spiritually. Work on our game on these 3 or 4 days off. RJ getting there, and him and quickly and Obi and them getting that gym tomorrow and the next day or whatever. And before you go to Thanksgiving holiday, shoot the basketball. Get in there and work on your shot, work on your game. They all feeling down. Let them get the bugs out of them and all that good stuff. And we try to see what's happening. Frank Monto, salute to you, Ghetto Intellect. Thank you for stopping by, my brother. Real Talk. Salute to the chat. Gotta make sure y'all hit everybody up. All the content creators all over the universe, man. All the content creators. Keep this knowledge coming to us, man. It's really good, man. It's good to be a Knicks fan, man. Real Talk, man. I ain't even mad about the 8-9. Let's make it 9-9. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. Divine Shot Power, the chat. Salute to y'all, man. We're gonna come back on between now and Thanksgiving, so we can always wish you guys a beautiful holiday season. Enjoy the festivity with your family and everybody, man. And until then, we'll see y'all. Let's go Knicks. Let's get it. We need a W tonight, man. We want that 9-9 tonight. You get the 9-9, I'm good. But peace, everybody, man. One. Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Nick's real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feel me tripping in 10 boots as they cook my game plan. Let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's hair space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Nick City drip. There's 50 Dexters on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Nick's real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Nick's real talk right here. I'm representing
Nick's real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Nick's real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Nick's real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.